Hey everybody, I'm Dieter. This is Logan. Merry Christmas. Pretty bad gift the Warriors gave everybody here today. 127-101, the Lakers beat the Warriors. I'm really fighting off the urge to say that was a referendum game. In fact, I'm going to lean into it. Logan always telling me to lean in. I'm leaning in. Referendum game. Referendum game for the Warriors. This sort of encapsulated a lot of the problems we've been talking about over the last few weeks. Apathy, roster struggles. I got three things off of this game. Logan's going to help me out a little bit because I'm a bit apoplectic and a little bit heavy on the eggnog. Number one, apathy. Let's talk about apathy. Warriors fall behind big. LeBron James goes out with a groin injury. Warriors get back into the game. And then the Warriors fall behind big again. Logan, what's going on here?
I have no clue. I just knew that the Warriors were going to come back as soon as LeBron got injured. And when they did get it to within two, I tweeted out that it seemed like the game one of the 2017 quarterfinals when Kawhi got hurt. It seemed like this was a game they were just going to roll over just for the simple fact that a star player got out. But no, Rajon Rondo turned it back to 2009 and just started balling, and the Warriors just were doomed from then. It was a very weird game, but it was something that was coming of age if you consider how bad the Warriors have been playing and have not been interested throughout the whole season. This was just the chickens coming home to roost.
They get the punch. When they got counterpunched, I can't remember a time this team this year counterpunched to counterpunch. I know that sounds ridiculous, but you have to use that analogy here and now. Kevin Durant, 21 points. Looking over here, Kevon Looney scored more points than Klay Thompson. That's not good. Number two, let's talk about Klay. Klay is in a deep old funk. And let's talk about Draymond Green, too, because both of these guys are stagnating what was once a great offense. It is really difficult to figure out what's going on with this Warriors offense when Klay Thompson is forcing stuff up and not making it, and Draymond Green refuses to take wide-open shots, and when he does take them, they do not look good. The Warriors had 6 air balls in the first half. Draymond Green and Klay Thompson missed one by a solid 5 feet in this game. These guys are in funks, and Warriors don't necessarily have that many shooters to begin with. So when you have Klay Thompson, one of the greatest shooters of all time, missing shots, and when you have Draymond Green hesitant to make plays, that's going to muck everything up.
Yeah, it was weird. Klay Thompson was pissed after the game today. He had probably like a 30-second availability as he was walking out. Yeah. But this is a bit of a funk. I don't know the exact numbers right now, but I do know over his past 17 quarters, I think he was 3 of 21 from three-point range, and it's just been worse. And you've talked about this. Outside of that Chicago game, he's only shooting 31% from the three-point line.
31% from the three-point line outside of that Chicago game. 33% if you include those 14 threes from that Chicago game. For reference, Draymond Green is a career 32% shooter from beyond the arc. He right now is around 20%. It is broke. Now the Warriors don't worry about Klay, but maybe they need to start worrying about Klay because this is untenable going forward. It's December. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, we're now halfway through the year, more or less. Everybody's now checking in because the NFL season is over. And if they were to take a look at what Klay Thompson's done in the first third of the season, they would not be pleased. Third thing, let's talk about center here. I'm a big Kevon Looney guy, and Lord knows I think Draymond Green is a defensive virtuoso. But the Warriors have a big problem at center because they don't have a guy big enough to guard real centers. Zubac, this kid for the Lakers, who they had on the end of the bench for the majority of the year
until recently last year.
Yeah, until recently, absolutely feasted. He looked like Hakeem Olajuwon out there. I know DeMarcus Cousins is coming eventually, but at what point do the Warriors decide that what we have right now without Damian Jones isn't working? We might need to go out and make a trade or sign somebody who gets bought out here, a guy like Robin Lopez who would really help this team, or a guy like Zaza Pachulia who, I can't believe I'm saying this, they kind of miss him.
I think it just shows it wasn't as bad last year as we kind of thought it was with JaVale McGee and Zaza Pachulia. They were much maligned last year. We were like, oh, we can't wait to see what happens next year if they're not back in the lineup. But we just see how much they weren't the best. But they didn't make as many mistakes as this team does, and they had length, which you can't teach.
Nope.
And so I just think that they're really missing a JaVale McGee and a Zaza Pachulia, and we're seeing that tonight, especially without Damian Jones, probably for the remainder of the season.
It's rough. Now the Warriors will have a chance in a couple of days to get over some demons, get rid of the 3 ghosts that visited them here tonight. Game against the Portland Trail Blazers, but man, referendum game doesn't look good for Golden State. We will talk to you with that Blazers game. But for now, let's just go enjoy Christmas. That sounds like a good idea. Mac Dre sweater. I'm Dieter. I'll talk to you later.